What's up and Happy New Year, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to come on here and talk about the gear that I use and recommend if you wanted to start documenting your life. So first and foremost, the most obvious is getting a camera, and this could be anything that's most convenient for you. A lot of people use their phone. A lot of people use the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which is very popular. And the good thing about that is it's very small and discreet. So if you're starting out and you're not really comfortable filming in public, that's a good one to start with. The one that I use right now currently is the Sony FX3. Yes, it's very overkill, I feel, but it's something that I really love using. I started out with like this way back in the day. They had one that was like a rectangular shaped. It was called like the HD something. If I find it, I'll pop it up right now. And that's the one I used to use, and then I lost it. A couple years later, I fell into the Sony ecosystem, and I started out with the Sony 6300, then the 6500, and then I went to the Sony a7 III, and then the Sony a7 IV when it came out, and then I now use the Sony FX3. Again, it's very overkill, but the reason I did it was because I do weddings every now and then. I do nonprofit work, and there were times when I would have to shoot at night, and I was looking for something that was better in low light. And we all hear the reviews about the FX3, the A7S III, and how they are low light kings and things like that. So I went ahead and picked it up, and I am extremely satisfied with what I'm getting out of it. So that's what I currently use. And just staying on the topic of, camera bodies that need lenses, the next thing, of course, is a lens. I'd recommend a wide lens because if you're out and you're vlogging, creating content, more times than not, you are holding the camera out in front of you. So you want that wide lens so it gets more than just your face. Right now I'm using the Tamron 17 to 28mm lens. And what I love about this particular lens is that when you zoom in and out, it's an internal zoom. So let me show you here. So you see how it extends on this lens? It doesn't happen on the Tamron 17 to 28. So the weight distribution is always the same whether you're zoomed in or zoomed out. And on top of that, the filter size thread of it is a 67mm. And my other lens is a Tamron 28 to 75. Since they both have a filter size of 67mm, I'm able to use these door hinges. They're called Rapid Filter Systems, and they don't make them anymore. At least I haven't seen them anymore, but I have one on this lens and I have one on the lens that it's currently sitting on, the 17-28, which leads me to the next thing that I can't really recommend it because they don't sell them anymore, but this thing has been probably the best accessory that I have ever owned on a camera. So being that this is more of a run and gun type scenario, being a content creator where you're really just out and about recording your life, right? I can quickly disengage the filter and not have to worry about putting it in my pocket or anything like that. It stays on the camera. And then when I go from inside to outside, if I want to engage the VND filter, I close it and now I have a VND, which then leads me to the next thing that I would recommend is a VND filter. Now the one I have on currently is Nisi. That is very pricey, but when it comes to gear like this, I feel like the more you pay, the better quality you get, and it's, you buy once, cry once type of thing, instead of buying the cheap version and it gets you through I don't know how long, and then you need a new one because it's just not the quality that you really want. I like the VNDs because if I'm holding the camera out, and I've explained this in a recent video, you can just change it with one hand. You can change the amount of stops you want, and then again, if we're gonna go inside and don't need as much, you just pop this bad boy open, boom, overexposed. But close it, and we're good. Another thing I do recommend is a microphone. Now, since I am on the Sony ecosystem, I am using the Sony ECM M1 microphone. I love these microphones because it is compact. There is a lot of customization on the back where you can fine tune where you want to record. So either in front or in front and behind, which I like because I like filming this way and I like filming this way, so then it gets my voice wherever the camera is pointed. And another reason why I love this microphone is that there are no wires. So I used to use like a Rode mic, I forget which one it was, but there was a wire and then you had to charge it and things like that. And sometimes I would forget charging it, so I wouldn't have a mic sometimes. But this one's great because you don't need to charge it, you don't need to wire it. It just turns on along with the camera. So it's really just perfect for me. And then the last thing I would recommend, or one of the last things I'd recommend, is a small tripod. This one's PGY Tech. This is their Mantis Pod. This one's really great. The cool thing about this is, yes, it's an extension for you to hold it when you're vlogging yourself, but it also comes out as a tripod. But also it comes with this, and I've never used it actually, this little hinge here where you can mount it on monitors like that and then just have it stick out. You can get really cool angles. And then the last thing that I would recommend, now you don't have to go on a full-on cage, but something like this, a quick release system like this, just makes things so much easier. I'm just gonna demonstrate it. I have a cage here. It's the Falcom cage. So it has a F38 quick release. So if I can go on my mini tripod here, and then you can also lock it so it doesn't go anywhere. Cool thing about it, they have this that goes on a, what are these called again? I forget what these are called. Neck strap? Yeah, neck strap. You can go from your tripod and then take it off. You can go on your neck strap, boom, done. From here, clip it off, you can go back to your tripod. And then from there, you can go into a gimbal if you have one. So I got a gimbal here. Let's take it out of this. Boom. Line it up there. Now it's on the gimbal. You can take it off of the gimbal. It's on my tripod right now, so you can put it on the tripod, gimbal, mini tripod, neck strap. And then most recently, I started building a camera rig for the FX3. So I have here like a V-mount battery plate. Now on here, you can grab this and then put it on the V-mount battery plate, put your V-mount here. I got a little side handle here, so then boom, I'm on a rig. So I can go from a rig to a gimbal to a mini tripod to the main tripod, all with just using this quick release system. So it's great. I'm all about just functionality and ease of use. I'm a quick, I need to get the shot quick. So this is very functional for me. VND, very functional microphone, all of these things. That's the gear that I use. That's the gear that I recommend. I plan to use all this gear a lot this year, and I plan to record a lot of my life and making it look fun and cinematic for everyone. So until then, I will see you on the next one. Peace.